Hi, welcome to Beginner to Laravel Developer series. So in this video we are going to learn very important concept, object-oriented PHP. So it is the essential concept you need to know in order to learn Laravel or any other PHP framework. So what is object-oriented PHP? So it is a style of programming where we developer organize the similar tasks into classes. So previously you define functions and several functions, okay, to do certain kind of tasks, but for particular tasks you may define several functions, okay, so that several functions together do certain tasks. But in object-oriented PHP we define all those similar kind of function into one class and we use that class to create other objects. So if you don't get that, just don't worry, I will give you example. So before learning that, you must know about classes and objects. So for example, classes might be the map or design of a car, and object is the real car which we create out of that design or map. We can create many cars or many objects out of that class, that particular design, okay. So just keep in mind that class is like a roadmap or blueprint to create any object, okay. So object is object itself, that is real object. So how do we define class in PHP? So I've opened a file index.php, so make that file and we define class like so. Class and name of class, you can give whatever you name. So I'm going to give car, then parenthesis. So this is how we define our class. So here goes all the methods and properties. So we'll learn about those, what methods and properties are, in a moment. So this is how we define class. Okay, I'm forgetting the PHP tags. So okay, this is PHP tag. So after this is how we define class. We use keyword called class, call class, and name of class like so. And here goes method and properties. After defining class, we have to define object. This is just blueprint, okay, but real thing is we require a real object called car or Ferrari, Toyota, Honda, whatever we want, okay. So let's create the object, let's create the real car. So we create the object like so var name of object. So I will give name car1, you can give whatever name, okay. Car1 equals to new and name of class, okay. So this is how we define class. So sorry, you can I'm using JavaScript, so I I'm in habit of using var. So here is $sign, okay. So in PHP $sign, in JavaScript var. So remember that. So $sign name of the object and new keyword and name of class, okay. And this is how we define object. So this is just one object, okay. We can create many object, as many object out of that class. So remember, class is like a map and object is like a real thing, okay. So car2, or you can give name Honda, okay. Same way, new car, like so. So now that we know how to create class and how to create object out of that class, next we learn about method and properties of class, okay. So this is our class car. So at the moment this car has nothing in it, okay, but we don't want the car without anything, okay. We just don't want the blank car, we want seats, wheels, steering, engine, everything in car, okay. So now if we make the object out of this map or this design where there is no wheel, body, whatever, okay, we don't want. So in order to make the car, the real car, or in order to add the feature to car, we define the properties of car. Okay, so imagine properties are like a wheel, brake, or body or color of car, and methods are like a function we perform in the car, like we start the car, we stop the car, we drive that left and right. Okay, just braking, everything function. Okay, the function we perform in car are like a methods, and the variable or the properties of the car are called properties. So these are just examples. So in real PHP, properties are the function, so sorry, class specific variables. Okay, they are also like normal variables, but they are specific for that class, for in this case for car class. Okay, so methods are also the functions like normal function which we use to define. So methods are also called also class specific functions. Okay, so now let's define properties. Okay, the syntax to define properties is var keyword, then dollar sign, name of variable. So wheel, car contains wheel. Okay, so this is how we define the properties. Okay, var wheel, var color, like so. Okay, we can also assign variable here like so, 4 wheels. Okay, color red. Okay, but this is not the right way to define the assigning the variable to the assigning the value to the variable. Okay, so for now let's just define like so. Okay, so these are two properties of the car class. Okay, so now let's define the methods. So now you know that these two are properties of this class. Now let's define method. So the way to define method is same as we define function. Okay, method are just function, but inside class we call them methods. Okay, so function, then name of function. For example, here we are creating set color. Okay, so this function will set the color of the car. So set color. So one thing you must know is here we should add public keyword in front of function. So this is the difference in object oriented programming. Okay, so public means it can be accessible publicly or outside of this class. So public function, then name of function, and here will go the code. Okay, so in this case we are going to set the color of this car. So how we set assign the variable to this color, you can just do like so. Okay, here red, but this is not the right way to do. Okay, the main thing, the main point of object oriented programming is you can add these properties dynamically. Okay, this is just we are adding this hard coding that. Okay, but we want color value, color val. Okay, so this is the argument we are passing to this function, and we'll set the color of this car like by using this keyword, this, and name color equals to color val. Okay, so what we did here is we have set the value of this color to this color value, which we will pass as an argument while calling this function. Okay, so this is the way to refer to the variable or property of the class. Okay, this keyword means the name of object. So in this object this means car 1. Okay, in the Honda this means Honda. Okay, this means the object which it is referring. Okay, so this is how we set the value to this color variable. Okay, similarly, so for now let's just check. So I'm going to delete this code. Okay, so car 1, So car is the class, this is the object. Now let's set the color of this. So before doing that, let me tell you how to access the variable. So for now I'm just hard coding that wheel equals to 4. So how do you access this property using that in that object? Okay, so the way to access that is, so we want to print this 4. Okay, so how do we do that? We do that by echo, same as that, but in procedural way we used to do wheel like so. Okay, but here that will not do the work. So here we do, what we do is we write the name of the object car1, and we use the dash and greater than arrow. Yeah, this kind of arrow. Okay, dash and this arrow, and name of the so wheel, name of the property. Okay, we don't need that $sign. Okay, just call that like. So now save that and let's switch to browser and make sure your WAMP is running. Okay, localhost. So my code is inside OOP folder and index.php. Yeah, this is outputting 4. Okay, so this is how we access the properties. So in this case, let's now learn how to access the property. So this is in place of property. Let's just make another. So in place of property, what we do is same as that, set color. Okay, this is how we access the methods of class. So but this function requires that argument, so we'll pass blue. Okay, we want blue colored car. So let's switch to browser and echo that. Wait, okay, we are not echoing this thing, that's why we are not getting that. Okay, let's just echo that. Okay, this is how we access the methods. So yeah, we are echoing this value here, so we don't need echo here. Okay, so we just call that name of object and set color, so that will automatically echo or return this value to us. Okay, let's just check that. Yeah, so similarly in this case also you can experiment with that. Just remove the echo and comment out this. Yeah, that will not do because we are not echoing anything. Okay, so we need to echo that. Yeah, like so. So this is how we access the methods and properties. Okay, let's talk about the built-in PHP method called construct. So let me tell you what it does by giving you example. Function 2 underscores, then construct. Okay, so this is how we define the construct method, same as other method, but we don't need the public thing here. So this is how we define construct. So what so let's echo object has been created successfully. Okay, so when we create new object, so this is called instantiation. Okay, we instantiate new object. Okay, So this is just fancy term to say that we created new object out of this class. Okay, so as we create, so for example, as we create the object, this construct function will be called automatically. Okay, so other methods we need to call by using this syntax. Okay, sorry, this syntax. Okay, in case of construct we don't need to call that. That will be called automatically when we create a new object. Okay, so let's give you example. Okay, yeah, object has been created successfully, and these two things are also getting called. Okay, so let's remove that. Let's add pr tag here. Okay, object has been created successfully, and blue what we are calling from here. Okay, so this is just example. Okay, I'm just echoing this string, but in real life what we want to do is we want to initialize the wheel to 4 and color to red or whatever automatically on upon calling the new upon creating new object. Okay, so that might be the real use. We'll use that, okay, while learning Laravel, so don't worry about that. For just know that construct is called automatically when we create new object. Okay, so this is all you need to know about methods, properties, class, object. Okay, next let's talk about inheritance in PHP. Okay, inheritance is same as child parent relationship. Okay, so let me give you an example. Let's clean this code first. Let's define the class car again. So this is how we define class. So this is car. So now define properties. So wheel equals to 4. So previously we have defined using var keyword. Public keyword is also valid. Okay, so wheel color equals to black. Okay, engine equals to V8. So this is the properties. These are the properties. Okay, let's define a method also. So get engine type. Okay, so we want to know what is the type of engine. So function, public function. So how we get the engine type? We use this and then the name of properties. So we have to return something. Okay, return that. Without returning we will not access this value. So this is the simple class. Now let's give this name Ford car. As you know, Ford car are the oldest, I think. I hope so. I don't know about that, but yeah, Ford car. Let's make a car. My Ford car. Let's just give my car equals to, you know how to define the object, new keyword, then name of car. Okay, name of class Ford car. So now this is one object. So what if we want to create another car like Ferrari? Okay, so to create Ferrari we want the color to be red and engine same. Okay, and wheel also same, but we want to change color. So how do we do that? So if So for that we define another class called Ferrari. Okay, so in this class, so we don't want to repeat this thing over and over again, so what we do is Ferrari extends, this keyword extends Ford car. So what this does is this will inherit all the properties and function from this Ford car to Ferrari class. Okay, so now we created new class called Ferrari that extends Ford car, but in this class what we want, the specific new thing is we want the color to be black. Okay, so how do, so there are a couple of ways you can do that. Okay, public okay, function set color this. So you need to return this. Okay, so now we created new car called Ferrari. This will contain every property from here into here. Okay, so I think we don't need that, we already extend that class from there. Okay, so we have new function to set the new value. Okay, so now let's make other cars. So sport car equals to new Ferrari. Okay, now we have created new sport car and one simple car. Okay, so this is how we extend the property from other class into this class. So if you want to check that, so for example let's check the number of wheel in Ferrari, because we have not defined that wheel here or engine here. Okay, but that will be still here. So let's echo that, echo sport car, so wheel. Okay, let's echo, that will echo 4. Yeah, look, sport car is the instance of this Ferrari class, and this here we haven't defined wheel, but it contains wheel. Okay, yeah, like so. So we can also set the color of this sports car to red or whatever we want. Okay, so similarly let's talk about another method. So if we want to preserve the some value from here and we want to write something new, let me give you one example. So like previously we have done a construct function like so, double underscore construct, what we got, echo car created. Okay, this is what we echo if this Ford car is created or new car is created out of this class. So here also we want to construct same thing but little bit different. So we want to echo wow, new sports car. Okay, also we want to echo the car created. Okay, so this is just an example. Okay, we want to do something more important. So how we preserve, how we import the parents object. So if we just do that, that will override the property of this class. So if we want to import some default value from here, and also we want to define new, what we do is we use we define that by parent double colon and name of method construct. Okay, so this will also echo this thing, car created, and this also. So let's check that out. Oh, where is the error? Oh, here is error. Okay, sorry about that. Let's reload that. Yeah, car created also. uh Car created. Wow, new sports cars. Okay, so this is echoing two times because we are also instantiating that new this car also. Okay, so if we comment out that and we do that, yeah, car created, and wow, new sports car, like so. Okay, so now you learned about how to create class, how to create object out of that class, how to extend the class or functionality of that class. Okay, so one thing I told you is that I will explain this keyword public. Okay, so what public does is this makes this property accessible out of the class. Okay, for example, you can access like so wheel. Okay, so if I do instead of public, what we protect it. Okay, if I do that, let's see what happens. Yeah, I will get the notice. Okay, protected means you cannot access that out of this class and the child which follow this class. If we do protected, we can use in this class which extend that class forward. Okay, but if we do private, so there are three: public, protected, and private. So if we do private, this will only be accessible inside this forward class. This will not even be accessible in this class. We cannot use that wheel inside this Ferrari one. Okay, so let's check that out also. Yeah, we also get error. Okay, so this is all about keyword. So next you want to learn about the static properties and methods. So this is how we define normal property, and we define the static property like so by giving static keyword. Okay, so what that does is we don't need to instantiate the class, okay, in order to access this variable. We can directly access like so. For example, previously what we used to do is we instantiate new object like so, car2 equals to new Ford, and we used to access like so, echo car2 wheel. Okay, we used to do like so. So if we do that, okay, we will get this error. So we cannot access that static properties in this way. Okay, so instead we can access the static properties by using this syntax. So Ford car double colon $sign and name of variable. So we need to echo in order to see that in browser. Okay, so if we switch to browser and refresh, we'll get that variable. Okay, so static, the work of static is to, yeah, we don't need to instantiate to access that variable. Okay, this allows us to do simply like that. So this is all about static keyword. I think I've covered pretty much enough. Okay, we'll learn more concepts in Laravel lesson. So for now, this is it. Bye.